Let's try again. All right, Dewey ESBR Boxing, delighted to be joined by Brandon Scott. Brandon, we're in Llanelli, West Wales, but you don't live in Llanelli, or in fact West Wales or South Wales. Let's jump straight into it. Brandon, the big news that we last heard from you is that you changed camp. Now, there may be things you want to talk about or not want to talk about, but first of all, what does the change look like for you practically? How's it working out in boxing terms? What's going on?
Well, I'm now living in Sheffield. I haven't picked up the accent yet, but never say never. But I'm feeling good about it. It was a decision I know I had to make, and it was something that I didn't want to prolong and be like, I should have done that before. I felt the writing was on the wall. My last fight, I felt the writing was on the wall, and it was like God giving me a sign, like, look, now's your time to do it. So I'm now training out of the Steel City gym up in Sheffield, which you've only got to look at the names of the boxers that are there. It's got, just off the top of my head, Sonny Edwards, Florian Marco, Chantel Cameron, Stolton Smith, Lerone Richards. This is just people in the gym, and they're there all day, and they're giving you advice, and I'm asking them for advice, and they're giving me the advice, and it's so good. And I know, leaving Gav, I was trained by Gavin Rees, and leaving Gav was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It broke my heart. Honestly, I've felt like I was breaking up with a girlfriend, in terms of like that genuine heartbreak. But we were still on good terms. It wasn't a personal thing. We still speak, but it was just something I had to do for my career, and I'm young, so do it while I can.
And I don't want to put words into your mouth, but Gav is obviously... Oh, here we go. We got someone in the background for you.
Richie, don't care.
Don't want to put words in your mouth, but Gav's brought you onto the professional scene, so you've obviously got to have a lot of respect and love for him.
Yeah, well, Gav, that's what made it so hard with Gav. As much as a boxing coach, I looked at him as like a really good friend. Like, me and Gav were genuinely, we were good friends. But like I said, it wasn't a personal decision. It was something that I knew a decision I knew I had to make. I spoke with my family about it, I spoke with people, and I just knew I had to do it. So it wasn't a personal thing, it was just something I knew I had to do to benefit my career.
And talking about, you briefly said there how many names there are in the gym and how many people that are in and around the gym. What's the gym makeup like? Are you there early in the morning? Are you just in there in the morning, afternoon? Is it all day thing? Like, practically speaking, what's it look like for you being in the gym?
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm there all day. I'm there. I'm like a fly that you can't get rid of. I'm around the gym all the time. My new coach, Pierce Goodjohn, I'm still struggling to say his last name, but he's a nerd like me. I call him Jedi Master, and he calls me Padawan. So Pierce has me in at 9 a.m, and I'm there all day. So I'm asking boxers for advice all the time. I'm learning loads, man. I'm learning loads, and I'm not going to be like, oh, watch my next fight and see what, because I can't tell you what I'm going to do in my next fight, but I'm training very hard. I'm training right, and I'm looking forward to progressing, not just in boxing, but in life. It's a big change for me. I'm in a completely different city, away from my family, which is very hard, admittedly, but it's a new chapter to my life. And as scary as it is, it's very exciting. And because I'm so young, I can nurture it and make it the best thing I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a new trainer, sorry, 1 second. Just waiting for that noise. With a new trainer brings challenges, but also brings benefits and stuff like that. Is it too soon that you're going to see changes? Is Pierce trying to bring something different out of you? What's your feeling early on?
No, it's like I said, it's very... I can't tell you what's going to happen in the next fight because I'm still so early there. But what I will say that I love about this gym, one of my favourite things, is they don't try and coach your flair out of you. Like, you see a lot of gyms and every boxer boxes the same. You can almost tell what gym they're from based on how they boxed. Well, Sheffield, in Steel City, it's not like that. You can go from having Dalton Smith, who's a boxer coming forward but smart with it, to someone who boxes on the outside world level, like Sonny. You have southpaws there, you have everything. There's so many different styles of boxing, and they help build you on what you are. They don't try and make you something you're not, which is what I love. That's why, obviously, I didn't want to make the move straight away. I went up there and did a few tester weeks there, and I knew this is where I need to be. It's not I want to be here. I did, but I need to be here. To be the best I can be, it's that I need to be here. So after seeing how good the gym was and how good everyone was and helpful everyone was, I knew it was the right move.
A word on Sonny Edwards there. He's a good friend of ESBR Boxing and has interacted with our stuff over the years. We've spoken to him before as well. What's sort of Sonny's role in your career, if you want, because we've seen Sonny sort of in the corner with you. We've seen you and Sonny spending time training abroad. You're obviously in the same gym. What's his role? Do you see him as sort of a mentor figure? Is he sort of on the coaching team? What's his role with Brandon Scott?
Sonny's very much just a mentor. He helps me in boxing, he helps me loads with boxing, helps me in life, he even helps me with girls, man. Genuine, he's like a mentor, but he's there for me, and I know he wants the best for me, which means a lot, because there's a lot of people in the world that don't really want you to do well. But Sonny's one of them. He's a good guy. He's got a good core. And I was going through a bit of a very dark time, a bad time. And then I went on that sparring camp with Sonny in Tenerife, which turned out to be one of the best experiences of my life. And now I feel like I'm on top of the world again. But going on what Sonny is to me, he's a friend, he's a mentor. And yeah, I'm grateful to have him in my life.
Moving on to your next fight. So you have a fight booked in. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
No.
Good, no one cares anyway. So
it's September 28th in the Sheffield Arena, which is mad because it's like 10-minute walk from the gym. I walk past the arena every day. I've already started manifesting. I'm like, right, I'm boxing there. So go on.
You won't have seen it. I'll come back to this, but there was a boxer in Manchester. This is really embarrassing. I should know it. Who walked to the gym. I walked to the arena from Scott Quigg. Thank you very much. The name was not.
Man, come on.
The name was not there. You could do one of those.
No,
good, because that was bad.
I've already got my ring walk planned.
There we go. Okay, let's not give that away. But so the upcoming fight, right? You've got a fight coming up, and prior to this, you've obviously had hand injuries. We just got a glimpse of it there. Scarred hands, swollen hands, can't put your fingers together.
Spock hands. Yeah. I'm like a lizard, aren't I? You know those lizards of the...
like a really bad Ninja Turtle. But are the hands a problem?
Not anymore. Because now, I've... Like, going into my last fight, we spoke earlier, there was a lot of shit, stuff that happened. But now I've been sparring twice a week regularly, sometimes 3 times a week. I'm training in 8-ounce gloves, and there's no problems at all with the hand now, other than the deformed fingers. There's nothing wrong with my hand, so I'm really looking forward to my next fight, man. I'm excited for it. Not to prove nothing to nobody, I'm just genuinely excited to fight, because I feel like I'm starting all over again. Do you know what I mean? I've got that first fight buzz back, and I just can't wait.
Excited, man. Right, I want to go on to a couple of questions here. We don't usually do this, me and you, but let's talk wider boxing, because I know you're actually a boxing fan as well. So let's talk a little bit about Neo Inoue. You're a fan of him. I know this for a fact. I've seen you watch some of his stuff. It's all right. He's just a watchful eye.
Don't keg me, I don't want to show you up in front of everyone.
Richie Garner, promoter, hiding in the background there. Neo Inoue. Fighters like Inoue and Lomachenko, you're a big fan of. Are you still looking at fighters like that from a distance and trying to take things from them? What is it? Do you still do that, or do you try and bring it a bit more focused in on yourself nowadays and just sort of keep it in-house? I'll watch Dalton Smith, I'll watch Sonny Edwards. Or are you still looking at fighters far and afield, trying to glean something from them?
No, man, you'd be stupid not to look at the best in the world. It's almost like there's blueprints out there that you can look at to get. Like, obviously, I'll watch Dalton train. I'll ask Dalton questions. I'll watch Sonny train. I'll ask Sonny questions. But I love watching the likes of Roberto Duran. I love watching the likes of Sugar Ray Robinson. I love watching the likes of Inoue, Lomachenko. It's not just them in particular. I love boxing. I'm genuinely passionate about boxing, so I'll watch all the boxers I can. And if I like something, I'll try and take it and implement it into my game. But it's all about trial and error. Some things don't work for you. Some things do work for you. I'm a naturally come-forward fighter, and I'm never going to not be. Take Sonny, for example. As much as Sonny can show me, I'm never going to box like Sonny because it's just not me. But I can take something from Sonny's game and implement it into my game. Take the little things. You always need to have your style. I don't want to be nobody. I want to be me, but implement everything I can. Almost like, just bringing things in and just feeding off it all. And I think that's how you improve. I learned so much from my last fight when I boxed the fucking T-2000 from Terminator. I've learned so much, man, and that's what I mean. That's why boxing's so fun. You can take things like this and be like, oh, I had a bad fight. I'm going to dwell and make excuses. No, I fought stupid. I fought like an idiot, granted, but that's how you learn. I'm a better fighter from that now. I hope that happens I hope, sounds stupid, right? and my mother's going to slap me for saying this, but I hope that happens again in the next fight, because I'll learn again and I'll be a better fighter from it again. I'm not in boxing to, again, I do it, I know, but I'm not in boxing to be just dressed up in suits and stuff. I really want to be a better boxer, I really do. And people in the Steel City gym will tell you I'm there all day and I'm asking questions. And I know sometimes I might be a bit over ambitious, but you have to be. You have to be insane to almost want something that you can't see. I want to be the best in the world. That's all I want. It's all I've wanted since I was a kid. And people would look at me and laugh at me for saying it, but it's all I've ever wanted. And I refuse to let my dream go. I don't think I could live with myself if I just quit. So I'm hungry, man, and I'm chasing it.
Excellent. And a little change here again. You've had a taste of the high life in a little way, being on, say, an Anthony Joshua undercard. Anthony Joshua fighting again soon, Dylan Dubois. How do you see that one playing out?
I think Joshua knocks out Dubois first half of the fight. I mean, Dubois looked very good in his last two fights, but he's not looked good in the sense of he's boxed really well. He's gritted through the fight and he's got through it and he's got to the other guy. Can't do that with Joshua, man. I actually think they're very similar in a way. They're both very big men and they like their punches. They like to fight long, straight shots. But I think Joshua's just a better version of Dubois, as good as Dubois is. And I think if Dubois hit me once, he would kill me. But I just think Joshua is a better version of Dubois. And I just think that experience will play a big difference. And I think Joshua will get him out of there first half of the fight.
Right, we've covered a lot of random little bits here. Now, every time we speak, I tend to offer you the last minute or so to just do something or say something. Anything that you want to sort of bring up or cover that we haven't looked at?
Do you know what? The biggest lesson I've learned in the last year, you can go from being so high up, to the next minute being so high, so down low. Don't let the highs get to your head. Don't let the lows get to your heart. Just appreciate every day of your life, because nothing lasts. And I mean that, nothing lasts. Good things, bad things, relationships, a really nice sandwich. Eventually everything's going to end. So just, don't look at me like that. I'm having a serious moment. Nothing lasts, and seriously, so just appreciate everything. Take everything in. I'm young in life, and I'm learning, and I'm not perfect, I know that, but I'm learning every day. I'm changing loads. Like, remember before in that interview when I said to you, my name's Brandon, and I've got a 12-inch penis? Like, I would never say something like that now, because it would be a lie. It's grown. No, but just don't let the highs get to your head. Don't let the lows get to your heart. Appreciate everything you have, because you get one life. Seriously, you get one life and it goes like that. So just appreciate and live.
Brandon Scott, ESBR Boxing, thank you, my friend.